OSHA 1926.153, Liquefied Petroleum Gas, LP gas. 1926.153, A. Approval of equipment and systems. 1926.153, A. 1. Each system shall have containers, valves, connectors, manifold valve assemblies, and regulators of an approved type. 1926.153, A. 2. All cylinders shall meet the Department of Transportation specification identification requirements published in 49 CFR Part 178, Shipping Container Specifications. 1926.153, A. 3. Definition. As used in this section, containers, all vessels such as tanks, cylinders, or drums, used for transportation or storing liquefied petroleum gases. 1926.153, B. Welding on LP gas containers. Welding is prohibited on containers. 1926.153, C. Container valves and container accessories. 1926.153, C. 1. Valves, fittings, and accessories connected directly to the container, including primary shutoff valves, shall have a rated working pressure of at least 250 psi, and shall be of material and design suitable for LP gas service. 1926.153, C. 2. Connections to containers, except safety relief connections, liquid level gauging devices, and plugged openings, shall have shutoff valves located as close to the container as practicable. 1926.153, D. Safety devices. 1926.153, D. 1. Every container and every vaporizer shall be provided with one or more approved safety relief valves or devices. These valves shall be arranged to afford free vent to the outer air with discharge not less than 5 feet horizontally away from any opening into a building which is below such discharge. 1926.153, D. 2. Shutoff valves shall not be installed between the safety relief device and the container, or the equipment or piping to which the safety relief device is connected, except that a shutoff valve may be used where the arrangement of this valve is such that full required capacity flow through the safety relief device is always afforded. 1926.153, D. 3. Container safety relief devices and regulator relief vents shall be located not less than 5 feet in any direction from air openings into sealed combustion system appliances or mechanical ventilation air intakes. 1926.153, E. Dispensing. 1926.153, E. 1. Filling of fuel containers for trucks or motor vehicles from bulk storage containers shall be performed not less than 10 feet from the nearest masonry walled building, or not less than 25 feet from the nearest building or other construction, and, in any event, not less than 25 feet from any building opening. 1926.153, E. 2. Filling of portable containers or containers mounted on skids from storage containers shall be performed not less than 50 feet from the nearest building. 1926.153, F. Requirements for appliances. 1926.153, F. 1. LP gas consuming appliances shall be approved types. 1926.153, F. 2. Any appliance that was originally manufactured for operation with a gaseous fuel other than LP gas, and is in good condition, may be used with LP gas only after it is properly converted, adapted, and tested for performance with LP gas before the appliance is placed in use. 1926.153, G. Containers and regulating equipment installed outside of buildings or structures. Containers shall be upright upon firm foundations or otherwise firmly secured. The possible effect on the outlet piping of settling shall be guarded against by a flexible connection or special fitting. 1926.153, H. Containers and equipment used inside of buildings or structures. 1926.153, H. 1. When operational requirements make portable use of containers necessary, and their location outside of buildings or structures is impracticable, containers and equipment shall be permitted to be used inside of buildings or structures in accordance with paragraphs H. 2 through 11 of this section. 1926.153, H. 2. Containers in use means connected for use. 1926.153, H. 3. Systems utilizing containers having a water capacity greater than 2.5 pounds, nominal 1 pound LP gas capacity, shall be equipped with excess flow valves. Such excess flow valves shall be either integral with the container valves or in the connections to the container valve outlets. 1926.153 H4 Regulators shall be either directly connected to the container valves or to manifolds connected to the container valves. The regulator shall be suitable for use with LP gas. Manifolds and fittings connecting containers to pressure regulator inlets shall be designed for at least 250 psi, i.e. Service pressure. 1926.153 H5 Valves on containers having water capacity greater than 50 pounds, nominal 20 pounds LP gas capacity, shall be protected from damage while in use or storage. 1926.153 H6 Aluminum piping or tubing shall not be used. 1926.153 H7 Hose shall be designed for a working pressure of at least 250 psi, i.e. Design, construction, and performance of hose and hose connections shall have their suitability determined by listing by a nationally recognized testing agency. The hose length shall be as short as practicable. Hoses shall be long enough to permit compliance with spacing provisions of paragraphs H1 through 13 of this section, without kinking or straining, or causing hose to be so close to a burner as to be damaged by heat. 1926.153 H8 Portable heaters, including salamanders, shall be equipped with an approved automatic device to shut off the flow of gas to the main burner, and pilot if used, in the event of flame failure. Such heaters, having inputs above 50,000 BTU per hour, shall be equipped with either a pilot, which must be lighted and proved before the main burner can be turned on, or an electrical ignition system. Note: the provisions of this subparagraph do not apply to portable heaters under 7,500 BTU per hour input when used with containers having a maximum water capacity of 2.5 pounds. 1926.153 H9 Container valves, connectors, regulators, manifolds, piping, and tubing shall not be used as structural supports for heaters. 1926.153 H10 Containers, regulating equipment, manifolds, pipe, tubing, and hose shall be located to minimize exposure to high temperatures or physical damage. 1926.153 H11 Containers having a water capacity greater than 2.5 pounds, nominal 1 pound LP gas capacity, connected for use shall stand on a firm and substantially level surface and, when necessary, shall be secured in an upright position. 1926.153 H12 The maximum water capacity of individual containers shall be 245 pounds, nominal 100 pounds LP gas capacity. 1926.153 H13 For temporary heating, heaters other than integral heater container units shall be located at least 6 feet from any LP gas container. This shall not prohibit the use of heaters specifically designed for attachment to the container or to a supporting standard, provided they are designed and installed so as to prevent direct or radiant heat application from the heater onto the containers. Blower and radiant type heaters shall not be directed toward any LP gas container within 20 feet. 1926.153 H14 If two or more heater container units, of either the integral or non-integral type, are located in an unpartitioned area on the same floor, the container or containers of each unit shall be separated from the container or containers of any other unit by at least 20 feet. 1926.153 H15 When heaters are connected to containers for use in an unpartitioned area on the same floor, the total water capacity of containers, manifold together for connection to a heater or heaters, shall not be greater than 735 pounds, nominal 300 pounds LP gas capacity. Such manifolds shall be separated by at least 20 feet. 1926.153 H16 Storage of containers awaiting use shall be in accordance with paragraphs J and K of this section. 1926.153 I Multiple container systems. 1926.153 I1 Valves in the assembly of multiple container systems shall be arranged so that replacement of containers can be made without shutting off the flow of gas in the system. This provision is not to be construed as requiring an automatic changeover device. 1926.153 I.2. Heaters shall be equipped with an approved regulator in the supply line between the fuel cylinder and the heater unit. Cylinder connectors shall be provided with an excess flow valve to minimize the flow of gas in the event the fuel line becomes ruptured. 1926.153 I.3. Regulators and low-pressure relief devices shall be rigidly attached to the cylinder valves, cylinders, supporting standards, the building walls, or otherwise rigidly secured, and shall be so installed or protected from the elements. 1926.153 J. Storage of LPG containers. Storage of LPG within buildings is prohibited. 1926.153 K. Storage outside of buildings. 1926.153 K1. Storage outside of buildings, for containers awaiting use, shall be located from the nearest building or group of buildings, in accordance with the following. Table F3. 500 pounds or less distance is 0 feet. 501 to 6,000 pounds is 10 feet distance. 6,001 pounds to 10,000 pounds is 20 feet distance. Over 10,000 pounds is 25 feet distance. 1926.153 K2. Containers shall be in a suitable ventilated enclosure or otherwise protected against tampering. 1926.153 L. Fire protection. Storage location shall be provided with at least one approved portable fire extinguisher having a rating of not less than 20 BC. 1926.153 M. Systems utilizing containers other than DOT containers. 1926.153 M1. Application. This paragraph applies specifically to systems utilizing storage containers other than those constructed in accordance with DOT specifications. Paragraph B of this section applies to this paragraph unless otherwise noted in paragraph B of this section. 1926.153 M2. Design, pressure, and classification of storage containers. Storage containers shall be designed and classified in accordance with Table F31. 1926.153 M3. Containers with foundations attached, portable or semi-portable B. Containers with suitable steel runners or skids and popularly known in the industry as skid tanks, shall be designed, installed, and used in accordance with these rules subject to the following provisions. 1926.153 M3 I. If they are to be used at a given general location for a temporary period not to exceed 6 months, they need not have fire-resisting foundations or saddles but shall have adequate ferrous metal supports. 1926.153 M3 2. They shall not be located with the outside bottom of the container shell more than 5 feet (1.52 meters) above the surface of the ground unless fire-resisting supports are provided. 1926.153 M3 3. The bottom of the skids shall not be less than 2 inches (5.08 centimeters) or more than 12 inches (30.48 centimeters) below the outside bottom of the container shell. 1926.153 M3 4. Flanges, nozzles, valves, fittings, and the like, having communication with the interior of the container, shall be protected against physical damage. 1926.153 M3 V. When not permanently located on fire-resisting foundations, piping connections shall be sufficiently flexible to minimize the possibility of breakage or leakage of connections if the container settles, moves, or is otherwise displaced. 1926.153 M3 6. Skids, or lugs for attachment of skids, shall be secured to the container in accordance with the code or rules under which the container is designed and built, with a minimum factor of safety of 4, to withstand loading in any direction equal to 4 times the weight of the container and attachments when filled to the maximum permissible loaded weight. 1926.153 M4. Field welding where necessary shall be made only on saddle plates or brackets which were applied by the manufacturer of the tank. 1926.153 N. When LP gas and one or more other gases are stored or used in the same area, the containers shall be marked to identify their content. Marking shall be in compliance with American National Standard Z48.1-1954, method of marking portable compressed gas containers to identify the material contained. 1926.153, damage from vehicles. When damage to LP gas systems from vehicular traffic is a possibility, precautions against such damage shall be taken.